Okay, now this is the last of the preview videos. This is actually the slideshows that we're going to be using during our couple of day focus group while you tell me what you like and don't like. But the system's going to allow our accountants and maybe even our SMBs or SMEs to access low-cost labor outside of the office, and that means we've got to include our security functions here. Now, what I'm going to do is set the screen up so that even though it'll have a little bit different color code, what the SMB sees is going to look almost a lot like yours, but it's only going to include those people in his office that have anything to do with workflow documents, which might be the production manager, it might be the office manager, it might be the payroll manager, and then everybody that's working on this account that's under you will also be on the business owner's screen. Now, the reason we're doing this is so that they can see how many people you've got on this account. We want to make this look like a big deal to them, and it is. And they want to know that you've got a deep team working all the time. One of my concerns, though, is about payroll documents and security. Another concern is having low-level people looking at high-level documents. Now, we are actually looking at recanting or I don't know what, I forgot the word, where we can actually redact. Redact is the word I was looking for, credit card numbers, etc. But the programmers tell me that that could take as much as 6 months because the redaction should only show up on people that aren't supposed to see the screen, and that's going to add a lot of levels of complexity. And since we've had no security issues in the 10 years we've been doing this, originally with SharePoint and then with their own program, I'm pretty comfortable that security's not that big of a problem, or we would have had a problem by now. But anyway, we do want to keep our staff people at level 4 or 5 from seeing payroll, or level 3 from getting into tax returns, that sort of thing, or level 2 even. So the level 1 CEO is going to be able to look at all the documents in the system. The HR level person, if we use that level, and they're only going to be in payroll, only payroll documents will be in the HR level, and it's something we're going to have to talk about. So they're the only people that can see at that level. No one else can get into those kind of documents. And then level 1 now can include the owner's personal information, because even the HR person or level 2 managers won't be able to see inside the level 1 documents. So they can put anything on here, including tax returns, and it'll be protected from view by anyone except the owner of the company. And of course, we're going to use the normal 124-bit encryption that everyone uses today. So security really has become a non-issue. You'll remember from video 1, we talked a little bit about computer programs getting broke into, but the FBI keeps reporting, like on Target, it was an inside job that one of the employees at Target had actually sent the Russian mafia the passcodes. It did it on the company computer. What a smart move. And so they were able to capture him, and he'll be doing some jail time is my guess. What we really want to make sure we can use this security system for, though, is so that we can disperse our labor. Because as an accountant, dispersed labor is cheap labor. Even if you're paying $15 or $22 an hour, it's still cheaper to hire somebody from home for 2 reasons. No overhead allocation, no benefits, etc. like that. And the second thing is you only get billed for the hours they're working. When people come into your office to work, we know that we pay them 40 hours a week, whether they're there or not, working or not, having a birthday party at the office or not, they still keep getting paid. So we like that out-of-office labor idea. And so the level 5, level 4, level 3, they could be internal, external. It won't make any difference. So I am looking at the 2 big questions. Should we add a level for just payroll, and should we add a level for out-of-office sales tasks? So if the business owner wants to assign some sales calls to at-home salesperson on commission, can they use this to do that, or are we getting it too complicated? Should we charge more for that? So those are good questions to ask. Do we want to get clerical tasks done? You know, a lot of times I have 100 business cards. I'd like somebody to take the scan of those 100 business cards, or even just receive them in the mail them the 100 cards and say, scan these in or type these into my software. This would be a great way to put that, great place to put that kind of posting up. So those are questions that we want to ask. Payroll records need to be accessed by the office manager or by the owner only, though, and the payroll question is going to be the biggest one here for security. So we may need to create this special level that no one else but the owner can see, or the HR manager can see if they have somebody else in the office working this. Even in outsourced accounting, the business really does need an office manager to do things that the bookkeeper won't be there to do. And so, for example, call a vendor and say, hey, you shipped over, the bill of lading says 50 boxes of widgets, but we only got 40 boxes of widgets, and the office manager gets stuck with that job. You may want to offer to do that sort of work on a $1 per minute basis, which may sound expensive to the owner, but it's actually cheaper than having them do it themselves or having an employee sitting around to do that kind of thing. But those are the kind of questions that we should answer when I see you next week. So this is the series of the seminars. I think this, the series of video clips, I think that'll give you a big idea of what we're going to talk about. And we're just going to sit here and drill down on these items line by line and say, tell me a problem you have. How can we solve that problem in doing work for your clients? And then, of course, the final question is going to be, what do we charge? And I would love to see us charging $10 per month per SME, and then using that as a platform to get the SME started on it, and then looking for ways to incrementally add billing. Anytime the bookkeeping, the page doesn't get named, then we have to go in and name it. Maybe you could charge a quarter for that, or SurePrep charges $2 to name a page. Maybe we can get paid for doing the actual bookkeeping transactions if they don't go in automatically. A lot of them are not. We're going to have to get paid to bitmap the invoice or the document the first time it comes through. That should be worth $1 to $2. And there's margins in every single one of these things if you have me do it or you do it yourself. And I'm fine with you doing it yourself, and we could build a billing system into the entire software so that you can keep track when you do a $1 a minute or $1 a transaction or $4 a transaction, that it's built into it so that the business can see why they're getting billed and drill down to an errant transaction. You know, as far as the biggest problem with most errant transactions are the exceptions, and that's why the guy with 1,000 transactions a month, it's easier to do his bookkeeping than the guy that has 10 transactions, because the guy with 1,000 does it exactly the same way every single time. So the area of how do we bill and what are we going to charge on each one of these individual additional items is something that I would really love to get into in your opinion in detail going forward. Okay, good. That's it. I will see you in Phoenix. Thank you.